Good morning everyone and welcome to a new video here at Sublime Traders. I'm Logical Orange and today we are going to take a look at multiple time frames for Bitcoin, and we are going to see that the trend, the price action and some indicators point to bullish momentum. So bullish, then we are going to on the bullish side, looking extremely well right now. I'm going to start with the weekly chart because it's the most zoomed out chart that we can get some info out of. I think that the monthly is too high to be taken into consideration right now. So on the weekly chart, I've just drawn an extremely simple parabolic line that allows us to connect some points right here. So the growth of Bitcoin, all in all, that we have right here, and we can see with the help of a fixed range indicator that also shows the volume that we are looking extremely well. So in the case that the price would retrace from the current level, which is $40,740, it would normally reject at around this level, which has been supporting the price for the last period. So this range right here also reacted in this smaller range that was back in January. And now I think that we will have the start of the of a new bullish trend, and I can almost vouch that the price will at least get to 46.8, 46.7, which is this Fibonacci level right here. Of course, this is an automatic Fibonacci, so if you don't trust it, let's plot it together. So we are going to plot it two ways. So first of all, from bottom to top, I always take full candles. So we can see that it will, so the automatic Fibonacci is in confluence with the 0.23, and this would be the 47 level, so 46.8 for the 47 level, more or less. I think that at least the price can get up to here and then will probably reject a bit. So something like this, and then continue forward. But it's kind of difficult to make this kind of projection on the weekly, well, because we are too zoomed out and many things can happen in the meanwhile. So on the fundamental side, we have Bitcoin, which is still the far west, but it is being adopted by more and more institutions, and more banks are getting into the game. Well, they saw that you can find them, join them, so they are joining right now. They are joining the Bitcoin far west, as people call it. And also in Germany we have seen the first Bitcoin ETF being given birth, which is an extremely good thing. More and more companies in Germany are looking towards Bitcoin. So fundamentally, with countries thinking of making Bitcoin a legal tender, aside from El Salvador, fundamentally we are looking good, and we have been looking good all over this range right here, but we lacked some momentum. So now the big players are acting, they are pressing the buttons, the green buttons in this case, and the price is moving, and of course the retails are following the trend. So this is for the weekly. Now let's go on a different chart, which is in this case the 3-day chart, which doesn't have the parabolic line, but we will not use it in this projection. So right here you can see that I have plotted an ascending channel, which has been plotted with the fan tool from the TradingView that also uses certain Fibonacci levels. So it's an an ascending Fibonacci retracement, if you wish. And we can see here also on this projection that we have gotten out of the formation for a bit, but this retrace right here, which happened around the largest EMA that we have on this chart, which is, let me check if I'm not so it's Sublime Absolute. Yeah, so it's the 105 it's the 105 EMA that we can see on this chart, also confluential with the raw support that was formed by wicks and bodies right here in this area. So the price rejected strongly from here, and now we are back into the game, and this is looking on the 3-day, it is looking exceptionally well. You guys know that I'm more bearish biased generally when markets are sideways, and I have projected a drop to 15k recently, to 20 or 15k recently. But now I can say loud and clear that I think that this type of move is almost 90% invalidated. So we have extremely low chances of breaking violently down to the 20k level from this point right here. So we are now in some sort of accumulation zone above extremely important levels. So if we take this ascending trend line right here, we can see that we have a trend line based on the closes, on the candles that happened recently, so in December 2020, and also of course the big general channel that we are in, and also we have the EMAs that are protecting us right now, right here, and we have closed above them. Closing above EMAs is an extremely good sign. So for me, this formation right here is an opportunity to buy, and of course we can possibly retrace back to something around 40k and then continue upwards. Extremely good entry position for the long-term holders right now, and not only on Bitcoin, Ethereum will have a lot of already had some very positive fundamental news and is reacting extremely well in its graph. So Bitcoin and the main coins that are dragged along by Bitcoin will react in a very, very positive way. So now let's check some more simple indicators that anyone can use that would help us provide more a clearer view on the chart. And I will start with the MACD. So I am going to add the MACD because I don't usually use it all the time. I also have included versions of it in the Sublime Wave. So on the MACD, we can see, of course, that we have crossed in the positive side, so in the growth side, the bullish side, when the reversal started around this level right here. And for this example, I will just measure the average duration of a trend in the 3-day chart for the last 3 or 4 periods and see what average I get. So if I measure this one, this was the last bearish move that we had that took us 108 days. The previous one lasted so the bullish move lasted 39 days, followed by a really small one that isn't really pertinent. Then I'm going to measure the previous bull trend that lasted 102 days. That followed this period that lasted 39 days. So if we take out the calculator, and we have the following data for the last 4 periods. It's an extremely simple look at the chart. So we have 108 plus 102 plus 39 and plus 39 divided by 4. This means that we have an average of 72 days per trend. Okay, of course, Of course, this is only looking on the last 4 trends that the MACD produced when it crossed. Okay, so when it changed direction. So we have an average of 72 days per trend. So right now we can see that we are at the beginning of the trend. The trend is looking extremely healthy, more healthy than it looked when the first breakout happened. So when we produced the all-time high, this time it is looking more violent, more healthy. Now we just need to keep it going. Of course, we can lose the momentum and retrace and reject to this trend line right here, which I find extremely important. But yeah, we have an idea of the time frame. We have an average that we can base some trades upon. So if we want to get out of a potential buy that we are going to execute these days, so today, tomorrow, this week, doesn't matter, we know that we have an average of 72 days to get out of the trade. So we will try to make the best out of our trade during this period. So this was for the MACD. I'm now going to switch to another indicator that is extremely simple, and I'm not going to use the RSI. I'm going to use stochastic, because let's compare the two. So I'm going to add the RSI, extremely simple, everyone knows it. And I'm also going to add the stochastic. So stochastic, extremely simple, two indicators that do the same thing, but one does it better. Why? Well, let's look at the RSI first. We have a single line that has 2 levels, bottom one and the top one, which is pretty similar on the stochastics. And well, simply put, you sell when the RSI is on the overbought side, and you buy when the RSI is on the oversold side. So pretty simple, but the problem with this is that we are prone to noise. So signal noise. RSI is just a simple line, an oscillator that is oscillating between 2 levels that are considered as important. So the history has taught us that these 2 levels are the best levels to watch. I personally, when I started trading, I used a bit different levels, but the general line with RSI is that it is an oscillator that basically ping-pongs between 2 levels. Now, the stochastics does the same thing. However, it has two major positives. The first one is that it has 2 lines. So when you have 2 lines, they will cross, and when they will cross, you can pinpoint the exact position where you want to short or to buy. The general idea with the stochastics is the same as with the RSI. You would sell the overbought and you would buy the oversold. However, you can have the possibility to pinpoint the crosses between the K and D lines, which are the 2 lines that we see here, in order to have better entries. So also, if we look at the shape of the lines, we can see that we have more clearer signals with the stochastics than with the RSI. So it is the same variable, but it is more precise. So this is why I prefer stochastics to RSI. Now, if we are looking on the 3-day, we can see that the stochastics is on the overbought area, and normally right here we would do what? We would wait for the price for the D line to cross, for the K line to cross the D line to the bottom side. So something like this, let's say something like this, continuation to the towards the bottom and short. Okay. However, don't forget that you should never use an indicator alone, because well, indicators are almost always lagging, and stochastics is a lagging indicator. Now in this area right here, we can expect the price to bounce multiple times from the 80 level and even go even higher. Okay, so this stochastics indicator is a technical indicator, but it doesn't care about fundamentals, and we have a lot of fundamentals happening right now. And this is just this parenthesis was only to show you a short technique, no, a small technique, a quick technique to trade a trend and how to identify a trend, because the stochastics is indeed a good trend identifier, and well, it works very, very well. So just to say that it can bounce all over this level right here, so the 80 level of the stochastics, and the price can drop a bit, and it will also drop a bit, and then it can come back up. Well, I'm still on the bullish side because, well, of course, I said the fundamentals, the charts are looking extremely well on almost all the charts. We are going on the daily right here, and we can see clear rejections and confluence points created by the EMAs also. So let me remove the stochastics. So Bitcoin right now looking extremely well. I like the way that it closed and rejected this level right here. Really makes me confident in longing right now, and that's why we are seeing more and more trades, because we can afford to be biased towards the bullish side. So this was all for today's video, guys. Thank you for watching, and as always, if you have questions or if you want me to analyze a particular asset, don't hesitate to contact me on Telegram, on the group, or write a comment on the YouTube video. So this is all for today's, guys. Thank you for watching and have a very good day.